His sex change wasn't enough. Monday at 10.
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program with Cecily Tynan, Phil Andrews, and Rob Jennings.
Saturday night, the Delaware Valley digs out from another snowfall, and OJ says Nicole made up the stories of violence at home. But the big story in Action News is a blanket of freezing cold air that has settled in over our area. Hopefully it's not here for a long winter's nap. Going outside tonight meant one thing, getting bundled up. In addition to the falling mercury, there was a breeze blowing here in University City and elsewhere, and make no mistake about it, tonight's going to be very cold. Outside now to Cecily Tynan with the latest on our bitterly cold AccuWeather forecast. Cecily?
That's right, Rob. I'm bundled up outside here on City Line. The winds are picking up, and that is making it a frigid night. I guess you can say the groundhog was right. No signs of the winter letting up. Tonight, this is what we can expect. Winds will be up to about 20 miles an hour. That means in addition to the temperatures near zero, probably about 5 degrees in the suburbs, 10 degrees in Center City. The wind chills 10 to 20 degrees below zero. This is dangerously cold weather. For tomorrow, it's not going to be warming up much. We'll have some sunshine. The afternoon high only 17. That means the wind chill will be near zero. Now compare that to the normal high of 38. Boy, that would feel nice right now. Our high today 21. Now the good news is this cold weather will not be lasting too long. We do have a warm-up in sight finally, and we'll talk about that in the AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up. Rob?
Can't wait. Thank you, Cecily. Now we go live to Kristen Z in the cold on South Street. Kristen?
Rob, you don't have to be out for very long tonight to become very cold and then very numb. Despite all that, there are plenty of people out and about tonight here on South Street. It doesn't seem any less busy than it is on a normal Saturday night. So, and that's okay, as long as folks take the necessary precautions, such as dressing properly. With the chill, it wasn't easy enjoying the night out, but some people managed to do it. On South Street, they bundled up to stay warm. Some were more successful than others.
Actually, I'm really warm because he told me what to wear.
I'm frozen. My parents were telling me to wear everything I could, but I didn't listen, so now I'm freezing here.
To beat the bitter cold, friends walking down the street stayed close together. Many headed inside for a cup of coffee. This also looked inviting, with neon signs screaming, "Hot, hot, hot." It's Hot Tamales restaurant. For some, the spicy Mexican fare proved to be the perfect cold weather remedy.
Eating hot food, yeah, definitely helps.
While folks on South Street opted to be out tonight, others had no choice. It's called work. Toll collectors on the Ben Franklin Bridge braved the elements. So did this Center City vendor, who figured this was the perfect night to sell gloves and other winter gear. And while hotel guests headed for warmth inside, doormen and valets had to stay outside.
I got plenty of layers on, so trying to stay warm.
And that coat certainly looks nice and warm.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
If we're just standing around, it hurts our face and it freezes. Your face freezes up.
Now, the danger of frostbite is certainly a very real one all this weekend. Now, no one is saying you shouldn't come outside at all, but just don't stay out here for very long. Doctors say when it's this cold, you can develop frostbite after just 5 to 10 minutes of exposure. So it's important to keep all your extremities covered, especially your ears and your hands and your feet. And that way you can come outside and have a good time and avoid any injury to yourself. Reporting live in the Action Cam, I'm Kristen Z on South Street.
Yes, that means you're coming in, Kristen. Well, the city of Philadelphia is operating under its Code Blue operation tonight. City workers and volunteers making their rounds trying to get homeless people inside out of the cold.
Do you have a place to stay for the night?
Workers make the match the homeless with the shelters that have available space. Code Blue's been in effect now for almost a week. The Jersey Shore took a pounding from this weekend storm. There's a lot of snow on the ground, but residents are thankful the damage wasn't worse. Here's New Jersey correspondent Joe Torres.
Brigantine lifted its state of emergency at noon today, and 4 hours later the plows were still on the street. About a foot of snow covered the island, forcing public works crews to stay on the job through the day and into the night. Meantime, people who spent the early part of the day shoveling decided it was time to get out.
Your actual deep here in snow.
Well, I think I'll make it. You guys are here. You can maybe help push me out if we get stuck.
I don't know about that. Armand Savino had a pretty long day as well. He kept his car wash open today, allowing motorists to wash off the road salt from their vehicles. Keeping things from freezing was perhaps Savino's toughest task.
Mostly the walls and the hoses keep them from freezing, keep the water flowing through them.
Up on the boards in Atlantic City, cold temperatures and a light coating of snow kept the weekend crowds quite small. The conditions also made it a slow day for rolling chair operators and a long day for casino employees. It seems some of their colleagues had traveling troubles.
Can't get here. People live in Millville. Some people live in Bridgeton, Cape May, Brigantine.
They're having trouble getting in?
Yeah, big trouble.
If the snow keeps up, I think we're going to have to go in because it's getting too hard to push on the boardwalk.
The Jersey Shore did escape some danger from this storm. It did not turn into a nor'easter, meaning rough surf and tidal surges never hammered away at Atlantic City's geotubes or its vulnerable beaches. That fact alone meant a big sigh of relief for a lot of people. I'm Joe Torres, Channel 6 Action News in Atlantic City.
Well, that sigh of relief was joined by some deep breathing during a day of hard shoveling by shore residents. Towns known for warm summer vacations are ankle deep in the stuff, and hardware stores are seeing a run on shovels and ice choppers. Instead of salty seawater, residents are thinking about rock salt. While shoveling has become an unwelcome job all day for a lot of folks, youngsters like these would say the snowfall was an opportunity knocking at the door today. This is how it all started overnight in New Jersey. Big fat flakes of snow falling, leaving a foot or more in places. These firefighters were up and around as it came down in Camden County, and they kept the firehouse driveway clear. And others who were hard at work overnight helped keep things from getting too bad for all of us as the day began. Now in Delaware, the northern end of the state saw its fair share of snow, but the lower end was pounded. Delaware correspondent Lauren Wilson has that story tonight.
Before daylight, snowplows hit the streets in Delaware, and by sunup, residents were doing what's become a common practice around here, digging out, from driveways to snow-covered cars, and even big wheels. Let's face it, even the kids have to get around. Here's the all-time favorite way, of course, sledding down Wilmington's infamous Monkey Hill.
It's fun, except you get really cold at points.
Yeah.
And then your feet just get frozen.
That's why lots of Delawareans have had it with the white stuff. It's been fun, but...
Give me spring. Springtime, not real hot. Just give me the springtime and I'll be happy.
That goes double for the folks who work here at Delaware's Emergency Operations Center. Workers stay here around the clock to monitor storms. This time, it was southern Delaware that got hit hard. 18 to 20 inches of snow in all. Northern Delaware got 7 to 8. Ron Goff says major roads were in good shape thanks to snow plows. And while some weather-related accidents occurred, there have been no fatalities. As for the winter so far...
I've been here 22 years, and I don't remember as many snow events as we've had already, and we're still a couple of months from getting out of the woods, so to speak.
By the way, Ron Goff wants to warn Delawareans that driving will be hazardous tonight because of the frigid temperatures and the icy roads. His advice is simple enough. Stay at home. I'm Lauren Wilson, Channel 6 Action News in Wilmington.
Well, the storm has left counties adjoining Philadelphia digging out as well, but as you're about to see, these folks in Bristol didn't bother digging out the family car. They broke out the snowmobiles to zip along Route 413 for some fun. Careful there. Others, though, did break out the shovels to do their duties and clear out car spaces and clean off sidewalks. Now, the city of Philadelphia checks in with a little under a half foot of snow from this one. The snow emergency was lifted this evening. As David Murphy tells us, work crews had the upper hand cleaning up this storm.
The snowplows took on North Broad Street early this morning and had little trouble. Police here said most of those who got ticketed and towed for parking on this snow emergency route during previous storms apparently got the message this time. The main activity reminiscent of storms gone by today was the shoveling, although not everybody minded.
Me, individually, I like to dig, really, to be honest with you. I'm a digger.
Of course, people around here didn't need any reminder of life in the blizzard. They've had a rather large one right here ever since. This, in fact, is the 1900 block of Wolf Street in South Philadelphia, one of the blocks where residents were noted for digging themselves out of last month's big snow. It was on their strained backs that this mountain was built. They were all glad for the lesser snowfall this time. Still, the snow meant some huffing and puffing, especially here on nearby 18th Street, where men like Darrell Walker shoveled the sidewalk, and boys like Malcolm Cook down there squeegeed the street.
Yeah, I need them to come over here and help me.
At that, Malcolm switched to the tougher job of dusting off Walker's car, but with one regret.
It's cold out here.
Overall, the snowfall in the city was far from debilitating. Businesses like this Passyunk Avenue funeral home were able to reopen with the help of some hired hands. One Center City merchant even went so far as to decorate their newly cleared sidewalk. In fact, he furnished it. And eventually on this Saturday, some residents turned from work to play.
I found her. The one person who appreciates this stuff.
Oh, I love it. I've always loved the snow.
Thankfully, in the city, there was far less to enjoy this time than on a couple of occasions last month. In Fairmount Park, David Murphy, Channel 6 Action News.
So she's the one. We're not alone in our winter miseries. Temperatures have plunged in parts of the Southwest. Dallas has another dusting of snow on the ground this weekend. Chicago, the bone-chilling cold's taking its toll on cars, not to mention the drivers. In Atlanta, the problem, snow and ice. Check the bus. Even the buses are flying out of control on the slick roads down there. Most roadways turned into a game of bumper cars, which nobody wanted to play. Still to come on Action News, the NHL comes down on the player whose flying elbow landed on Svoboda. Phil Andrews with sports, and we'll bring you the twists and turns of a Twister tournament. Cecily Tynan returns with AccuWeather when Action News continues tonight. Brutally cold outside with a wind chill. Let's see if Cecily has any words of warmth.
Oh, I tell you, stay inside. That's my recommendation. I was out, and it doesn't take long before your fingers start to get numb, your face gets numb. Basically, what we have is that system that brought us the snow that's worked off into the Atlantic. Behind this, funneling down air just straight out of Canada. Very cold, very windy. That's why wind chills could drop to 20 degrees below zero tonight. This is a time of weather, or the kind of weather you want to stay inside. If you have any elderly relatives or friends who live alone, give them a call, check up on them. Satellite 6 shows that we do have a little bit of an upper level disturbance right now working through New Jersey. Some high clouds with that. That's why in Cape May right now it's snowing. Millville reporting some snow as well. If we put this into motion, move back about 12 hours, you can see how we had the system earlier this morning bringing the snow to the Delaware Valley. It's moved out into the Atlantic, and now we just basically have very cold air moving in. 3 areas of high pressure. This is that Arctic high we've been talking about. 47 degrees below zero in parts of Minnesota, 18 degrees below zero in Nebraska. This is all moving east. This will bring us a cold weather. It'll begin to moderate a little bit, but even cold weather all the way down to Atlanta, 19 for the high. Now, to add to this, we have snow on the ground, 5 inches of snow in Philadelphia from that system. Cape May, 10 inches, still snowing. Dover, Delaware, 11 inches. So the call from AccuWeather, Philadelphia, at least for the next couple of days. I kind of like that. The afternoon high today, 21. That's 2 degrees shy of our normal low. 14 was our low. Right now, Allentown 11, Reading 15, Wilmington 16, Atlantic City 17. But the water temperature is 33, so go in the ocean to warm up. Let's go live in Sky 6. And wow, look at that. The steam rising in Center City. Boy, it looks kind of eerie. Right now at the airport, 18 degrees, humidity 45%. Barometer 30.28 and rising. Winds out of the north at 18 miles an hour, so the wind chill 11 degrees below zero and dropping. Right now in Center City 19, in the northeast 16, Camden 17, the airport 18, and City Line 17 degrees. The exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast, windy and frigid, 5 in the suburbs, 10 in Center City. Tomorrow, some sunshine, but it's going to be cold. The afternoon high only 17, 19 for Monday will warm up, and then by the end of the week, a slow warm up, maybe a few flurries on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but for the next few days, it's going to be frigid.
Okay, well, finally, if you say the word twister in America's Midwest, you can make folks jumpy. But today, an exception in Des Moines, Iowa, where it wasn't a tornado, but a game that everybody was talking about. It was a twister tournament to celebrate the 30th birthday of the game that makes players twist and turn to win. Twister was a rage several years ago when twister parties were the in thing to do. How times change. As fashions, too. The $1 Million Movie is next on Channel 6. Action News returns at 9 in the morning. Now for Phil Andrews, Cecily Tynan, the entire Action News team, I'm Rob Jennings. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.